And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys. I hope you're all well. Before we do get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Okay, so no video yesterday of course on transfer deadline day because we did hee-haw as a club on the final day. Of course, we do finish our summer transfer window of one signing this summer, that of course being Federico Chiesa. And I just want to know your thoughts before we go any further in today's video on our transfer window. Did you find it very underwhelming? Do you think we have made a mistake not signing more players? As stated, let me know down there in the old comment section below. Moving on to that, we're going to talk a little bit about Federico Chiesa and why he's been given a early boost as a fast track towards his debut. And we'll also discuss some huge Liverpool news ahead of the big match, of course, tomorrow against Manchester United. But let's start, of course, with the boost to Chiesa. Yes, new Liverpool signing, Federico Chiesa, will be looking to get up to speed following his £12.5 million move from Juventus, and he has already been given an early advantage. Yes, Chiesa joins the Reds having played no football since the Euros with Italy when he featured all in 4 games as they exited the round of 16. Frozen out at Juventus, which led to a bargain switch to Anfield, the 26-year-old has arrived on Merseyside lacking match sharpness. That has already made him doubtful for the trip to Manchester United on Sunday, with Arne Slot telling reporters there is a bigger chance that he is not in the squad than he is. He will need time to train before he's integrated into Liverpool's matchday fold, and that should be boosted by the news that he is not in the Italy squad for the September international break. Manager Luciano Spalletti named his 23-man squad on Friday, with Chiesa one of the notable absentees, perhaps largely due to his lack of game time. Italy do play France and Israel in the UEFA Nations League, but the versatile forward can now stay in Liverpool in order to focus on training. If so, that should help fast-track his progress when it comes to debuting for Slot's side, with a visit of Nottingham Forest on September 14th a realistic target. So there you go guys, in terms of Chiesa, a kind of similar situation to Ryan Gravenberch when he first arrived right at the end. Sometimes it's quite good to have that break with international duty right straight after the transfer window. You just make a move in the final days and you actually want to get gelled into the team. So I think a very, very good boost that time for Federico. And to be fair, despite Spalletti not probably bigging him up due to game time, it's probably worked in his favour in terms of that he can now just get up to speed in general in another way. But moving on, guys, to the Manchester United game, guys, of course, we are going to be talking about some big talking points ahead of the clash. Now, this is, of course, Arne Slot's first real test. Not to be disrespectful to the opposition we already played in Ipswich and Brentford. Manchester United, you will be judged on, how you do in the games against your rivals and how you do against the sort of big six, so to speak. Of course, we've already seen Arsenal drop points today and they drop points to Brighton. So again, I know it's early days, but sometimes you just like that little early advantage to go a bit higher in the table. And in fact, actually, whilst I'm recording, I didn't see the end of the Manchester City score. So before I actually go into it, let me have a little look. Oh, it's 3-1 and it's about to end. So Manchester City ended up winning. But anyway, as stated, this is Slot's biggest test yet. Everything feels rosy for Slot currently following victories against Ipswich and Brentford, with supporters enjoying his style of play. The Dutchman's calm manner has caught the eye of perhaps most importantly is doing things the way instead of copying Jurgen Klopp. Sunday's clash with United, though, is easily the greatest test that Slot has had to date. However, and this is another level of pressure on him. His tactics will be under the microscope, as well as his ability to get a performance out of his players at Old Trafford. Win and his reputation will be sky high heading into the national break, but a limp defeat could see the first eyebrows raised. In terms of a debut for the new third kit as well, Liverpool unveiled their new third kit earlier this week, featuring a vertical Nike logo to raise awareness for their Together We Rise collection to celebrate the women's game. The white shirt is accompanied by socks of the same colour and black shorts, while Alisson's green strip has already been worn this season. Liverpool supporters will see the strip in action for the first time against United. Here's hoping it's a lucky charm. In terms of Manchester United, they are still still fairly mediocre under Ten Hag. For all of the summer spending, some of which could have proved to be effective, United still look pretty average with Eric Ten Hag in charge. They have one win against Fulham and one defeat against Brighton so far. United have always got players who can hurt you, they always will, but they have no distinct playing style, seem easy to run through and feel like a bunch of individuals. Speaking of it, it'll be interesting to see how Ten Hag shuffles his pack following the loss at Brighton, with new signings potentially heavily involved. Matthias de Ligt and Joshua Zirkzee could make their first starts, coming in for Harry Maguire and Mason Mount, with the latter out injured for a number of weeks. But the club missed the deadline to register midfielder Manuel Ugart for this fixture, so that comes as a big boost and a big bit of news. Lenny Yoro, Victor Lindelof, Luke Shaw, Tyrell Malacia and Rasmus Højlund are all out injured. So the possible starting 11 that we think at LFC News could be Onana, Mazraoui, De Ligt, Martinez, Dalot, Casemiro, Mainu, Diallo, Fernandes, Rashford and Zirkzee. In terms of our side, guys, in terms of our camp, it does seem as though we've only got one injury really expected. And that's Curtis Jones. He's expected to miss out on the weekend action due to an injury, with Slot confirming he was still unable to train in the press conference. Thankfully, as I said, he is the only anticipated absentee. For that reason, the boss will likely name the same starting 11 that got the better of Brentford, with Ibrahima Konate again preferred to Jarell Quansah. Ryan Gravenberch has shone in deep-lying midfield role and should start again, but this will easily be his sternest test in that position. New signing Federico Chiesa, though, is eligible to feature, but as stated, there is a bigger chance that he is not in the squad, says Slot. Predicted Liverpool 11 is Alisson, Alexander-Arnold, Konate, Van Dijk, Robertson, Gravenberch, Szoboszlai, McAllister, Salah, Diaz and Jota. Obviously, we do have a bit of an iffy Old Trafford record, which we need to speak about. As stated, many Liverpool fans dread trips to Old Trafford, and in fairness, they have every right to. There have been sporadic, memorable wins along the way, not at least a 5-0 triumph in 2021-2022, but far too often the Reds fail to show up. Liverpool only won 7 times at Old Trafford in 32 years of Premier League football, with none of those coming in the 1990s. The home crowd will be baying for blood this weekend, but the Reds have managed the situation better than they have done so in the past. Whether there is a mental block at Old Trafford is up for debate, but these players were all involved in the calamities last season and need to produce a response. In terms of the referee guys, Manchester-born Anthony Taylor has been named as Sunday's referee, which all feels rather predictable. On the plus side, he did take charge of Liverpool's respective 4-2 and 5-0 wins at United in 2020, 2021 and 2021-2022. In fact, Taylor has refereed Liverpool more times than any other club, with 60, followed by Chelsea with 51, Arsenal at 50, Everton and Manchester United both 47. Gary Beswick and Andy Nunn are the 45-year-old assistant referees on Sunday. Sam Barrett is the 4th official, and John Brooks is on VAR, assisted by Harry Leonard. So that's all we've got for you guys. As I said, some huge news there we just discussed in the build-up to the game. But as always, guys, that brings us to the end of today's video. Do let me know your score predictions down there in the comment section below. I'm going to go for a 2-0 Liverpool win. What do you think? Let me know down there in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of today's video. As always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Thank you. I'll see you next time. Take care. Peace.